Looking at importing doctors from abroad. Minister of Health, Dr. Osagie Ehanire, while defending his ministry's 2020 budget before the Joint Senate and the House of Representatives Committee on Health last week, came up with the idea of importing medical experts from Europe and North America as a way of making up for the shortfall in the number of doctors working in Nigerian hospitals. In addition, the minister wanted to address the persisting imbalance in the country's patient-to-doctor ratio, which currently stands at a dismal 1 to 5,000, contrary to the World Health Organization's recommended 1 to 600. For Dr. Osagie, the idea is a win-win, since importation of medical personnel would allow the health ministry to staff teaching hospitals with experts exposed to the most advanced and sophisticated medical ideas and practices, and such experts, being volunteers, would cost the Ministry of Health next to nothing. Now, importing doctors from abroad, from Europe, North America, as suggested by the Minister of Health, is this the solution to, the issues we have in the health sector?
We play too much in this country.
Theory.
We play too much in this country. And unfortunately, we keep having people as ministers, as governors, who before they go there, they appear to have common sense. They appear to have ideas of what to do. But once they are there, they seem to be overwhelmed with the responsibility attached to that portfolio. We have Nigerian doctors running abroad and on a daily basis. People are leaving this country on a daily basis. And we have Nigerian doctors abroad who are doing exploits. And you're talking of importing. Is it the 30,000 naira minimum wage that government is unable to pay, that you're going to pay these doctors? I mean, it's for me.
They're supposed to be volunteers.
Patience, it's a slap on the Nigerian Medical Association. If they sit idly and allow this kind of thing to happen, it simply means that all the teaching hospitals should be closed down. You're talking of importing doctors. Where are the hospitals? Where are the equipment? Where are the drugs? Government should focus on what is real. We should be practical people. We shouldn't be flying in the air every now and then. Government should sit down and say, what is wrong with the health sector? Declare a state of emergency. Provide equipment. Look at the training institutions. What is lacking in it? And then put them in place. If you put all these things in place and you still have some flaws, you still have less doctors to work, then you can be talking about that. But you have a situation where nothing is working in the health sector, and you're talking, I mean, if you import the doctors, are they going to treat the patients under the tree? So okay. Please, I think the minister got this all right.
All right, to an extent, I get what you're saying, the issues, in the health sector. But that also does not negate the fact that we do have a dearth in medical doctors, because a situation where you have one doctor to 5,000 people.
I think he has said it all. What I expected him to have done is to make arrangement to bring back our doctors that are working overseas.
The ones that ran away from.
The ones that ran away. And if you are there, part of those doctors to be recruited, you are thinking that Nigeria is a place you will enjoy. Please don't come, because you'll be frustrated. Because there are nothing for you to work with. Nothing. I make bold to say that if you go to loot, you will not only weep, you will lament and you cry. You go to last week here, the same thing. You go to Allied Maternity, Allied General Hospital, the same thing. What are you coming to work with? I think arrangements should have been made to say, how do we bring back our trained doctors that are making exploit there, so that they will come and develop and help us remedy the situation? And you are bringing tukumbos. Is it tukumbos or whatever? Yes. Now you are bringing them to a place where there's nothing working, and you want to expose yourself to disgrace and things like that. We should talk about how to pay doctors good salaries, encourage them, equip the hospitals. The nurses should be trained and retrained. The hospital, let there be working equipment. In Nigeria, nothing is working now. In the State House, where we have the clinic there,
Okay,
you have anything there?
Let me bring some more clarification to this issue. According to the Health Ministry, the initiative is not about recruitment of people, really. It's about volunteers, doctors who want to volunteer to visit Nigeria for a limited period of time without pay, just to share their skills and their
Where would they stay? Where would they stay? Do you have a good accommodation for them? But mosquito will drive them away. Here in Nigeria, mosquito. So anyway, there's nothing wrong in bringing volunteers, but let us treat our doctors well here. If you give our doctors good condition of service, what is good condition of service? It's a service where you go, you wake up one day, remember you are going somewhere, you'll be happy about it. That is good condition of service. But there are nothing, our doctors are complaining, their salaries are not paid, their allowances are not paid, no equipment for them to work with. And you are saying, I don't know, when you go there, you begin to think that, let's say, let there be no any trip overseas for medical treatment. Let us remain here and die here.
It's really tragic that the people who are in charge of our affairs seem to be removed. The other day, the Minister of Agriculture said that there was no hunger issue in Nigeria. Our Minister of Health now is now talking of
importing doctors.
We know that a lot of our doctors live in droves.
Of course.
Because
on daily basis
for them to work with, they can't be seeing their patients dying because of preventable issues. So when these doctors come around, even if they are not going to be paid, what would they be working with?
They'll be frustrated back.
Now, it's unfortunate that we will be, unearthing a lot of things. During Obasanjo's era, he did say he was going to renovate the teaching hospitals then. And we know what happened. Just like the power issue. So that's what we are now inheriting now. That's what we are. So let the Minister of Health go and do his homework properly. What we need more than any other. And unfortunately, the standard of education all over is gone to the dogs. So the people who are going to teach in the teaching hospitals, who are they? So we need to do a complete overhaul of our systems, not go and bring angels from heaven. These people who are coming here, what would they work with? Where are the drugs with which they will treat these people? So these are issues that they need to be tackled, not terrorizing about all these things.
The same thing happens in the Nigeria Civil Society of Engineers. We don't use them. Construction companies don't use them. They bring in Julius Berger, they bring this thing, leaving the society, whatever of engineers to man our construction companies. And that is what I'm saying. So you don't value what you have. You prefer to use people that have been trained. Why can't you train yourself? You talk about the closure of the borders so that we can encourage our own. You are not bringing people who are volunteers, who have been trained. Why can't you make your own good so that people will be attracted? When they go out, they perform wonderfully well. But when they are frustrated. Those who came back, run back again. And you want to expose yourself to more danger, more shamefulness.
Okay, let me ask a quick question here. While we're talking about overhauling the health sector in Nigeria, where exactly do we start from?
State of emergency. We need to go back to the drawing board. How many of these ministers today will walk into a hospital and see a young graduate doctor and they wait for him to attend to them? They are scared because they know that the educational system has fallen. It's gone. A country where certification is the main thing is a problem. All you need in Nigeria to pass wherever you go is certificate. Whether you have common sense or not, certificate will take you through. So we need to go back to the basics. Education. Government should put money into education. It is very, very important, and that is what we need.
Okay, Mazi, where do we start from?
I think we'll start from one our medical schools where doctors will be properly trained. Is it a school where strike, have bad doctors? You go to attitudes of the doctors, have even going. I mean, I remember when my wife, 1981, when my wife had her first issue in Sokoto, she had a prolonged labor. And when a nurse came to take her, I said, is it now you want to deliver? Let my wife slept off. The same thing. Even last 2 months, I took my brother to one of the hospitals. I can mention it, but Island, whatever. No, it's Solo General Hospital. Okay. They drove us out. And before you know, my brother fell from where he was lying down, and he had to call us back. The ethics of the profession, the attitude, and the education is important. Foundation should be made. We talk about foundation. When the foundation is weak, the Bible says, what can the righteous do? Train them so that they will be able to know what they are supposed to do. Where a doctor will be attending 5,000 patients a day. A doctor that will come, he will go one round, he'll come back to the clinic, he'll be there 10 o'clock. When he asks you to pay him the allowance, you say what? Nothing. And he'll be frustrated to go out. And when he goes there, he's now equipped, for him to come back, he say no. Go to Saudi Arabia. Most of our boys are there. Go to UK. They are there. Bring these people back. Give them proper, give them proper accommodation. Accommodation in the sense that a good working environment, so that they'll be able to give their best. If you don't have a good working environment, they can't give their best. They'll be forced to go back. So it is important you take care of the welfare of the doctors, welfare of the medical personnel, so that they will give their best. If you don't give somebody proper, good condition of service, what you have it?
Okay.
No, patient, let me just add, Nigerian medics constitute about 3.9% of medical health workers in the UK, according to the British government. 3.9% is a large number. That's about 139,000 Nigerian medics, doctors, nurses, and all that. So, and we should be asking ourselves, why are Nigerian professionals running away from Nigeria? Why are they moving away? It's because our educational system is zero. How many of our ministers' children are in public schools? Why are public schools not working? These are where we should start from.
Okay, let me quickly read this message before Mr. Shopiton's input. This one is coming from Wale in Oshogbo, and he says, it is too easy to deceive us Nigerians. Did we import foreign custom officers to monitor our borders now? Are they not the ones that have been feeding fat on both legal and so-called illegal routes? Common people in soup in this country. Now, I think what Wale is trying to suggest is we do have the human capacity.
We have them here. Give them a good working environment.
It's actually the will for the government to do that which they should do. All right, Mr. Shopito.
Oh, well, I think we need to really, these people whom we put in charge of our affairs, they should not be talking theory. They should be talking about what is on ground. Like I said the other day, the Minister of Agric said we could eat with 30 naira in Kano. I mean, that type of person
should have been sacked. To that 30 naira story,
I know.
The young man that walked into a restaurant
and paid 30
naira, he was almost lynched. They beat him up.
So these are people who really don't reflect what the situation is in this country. So this person talking of importing doctors, when the doctors are imported, will they also come with their implements? When they want to come and work?
No, they'll come with the hospitals.
I mean, let us tackle our problems instead of just talking theory.
But Pesha, don't be surprised. This thing they've told us now that is voluntary. At the end of it all now, you will hear another billions of naira spent. That's the issue. Then we hear another billions of naira being spent on these people. Improve our health sector. Improve them. Train our doctors. Give them a good working environment. let there be let there be drugs in our hospitals. Let our clinics not be all male consultation centers. So I mean, do the right thing. We will support you. The way you chop your own, do us well. We are not after how you rules us or governs us. We want one good road, good hospital, and good education system, so that our children will stay here. Not you, when you take your children there, you are telling us theory as if we don't know. We know you are deceiving us.
Okay, this is a whole lot. Sometimes I fear because I don't know where we're going to start from. All it takes is for you. I mean, this is not about being negative all the time.
No, but that's the reality. When we come here,
all it takes is for you to walk into a general hospital today, for you to come face to face with what is going on. Starting from the person that issues you the card,
it's something horrible.
Starting from that point, the story begins. But I've had an experience where I actually went to check on someone who was ill. I got back home, I was ill myself, because of the experience. Go ahead.
Go to Island Maternity. You will be shocked that a woman that is pregnant or has given birth will be detained because she doesn't have money to pay. You will come there, you'll see her sleeping on the floor with a mat. We need to wake up from our sleep. Our government needs to stop theorizing and become more involved in our daily living. We have governors, we have ministers who are not close to the people. We have senators who don't even have constituency offices. They don't know what the people are going through. It is one thing to stand and call a press conference and tell us that you're going to import doctors, but you should import policemen and import soldiers to fight Boko Haram.
If you think that what you are saying is just make sure, go to Lasutia, go to Lut, go to Island General Hospital, go to Solo General Hospital, and see things for yourself. As what you are saying here, whether it is true or not, then you come back to tell the story. When you come back, say it as you have seen it, because we are here to educate the public. We are here to say nothing but the truth. No kobo to be added, no kobo to be
Samaz, you're talking to my late dad died in Lut. I know what I went through.
Look, people run away when they are referred to Lut. They say that you have given them license to go under.
No, Governor Fashola visited some of the hospitals incognito, and what he saw there led to a lot of these people being sacked because they didn't know it was the one, and he saw what was going on in all those places.
True. Okay, all right.